Oh boy. All right, let's get this going fast, shall we?
All right, intro.
Intro. Hello and welcome to Granblue Radio. This is episode number 217. We had the 7th anniversary very quickly a couple days ago. And we're in the middle of doing all that stuff. This is Vibrating Sheep. I'm talking very fast. This is also DJ. I'm talking for him so that we can make this go faster. We've got a short episode with a long amount of content, so let's get going real fast.
Not belonging to me.
Let's get going. Go go go.
All right. What's the first topic?
All right, first topic. Let's talk about the 7th anniversary outfits and such like that. You picked up Uesis. Are you
Yes, I
going
did.
to be using this over Fire Uesis outfit?
I'll switch on and off. Really. I really do like her fire design though. So
Do you know if Fire Design actually has a weapon mode switch for Wind version, by the way?
it does, but I don't check it.
Yeah, okay. Um, I feel like... Hold on, let's see here. If I go into the settings here and select this Lyria to replace with a Uesis. Out of the Uesis outfits, I guess this works. You can take a spot. Come on
Hat.
here.
Both her and Urias with the hat is pretty cool.
So this is the topic of the day because I'm going to go into trial battle with the sound on. I'm going to hit Discover Truth a bunch of times. And where did that team go?
I'm sad. He's no longer Kenkyu.
Yeah, they changed the line, and the thing about the line, like the thing that makes that line so good is just the sheer amount of like arrogance in it. And where did that team go? I was testing this team, and it became just like one character in a Stariola. Is it here? Ah, screw it. I'm just going to pick a team that already has Urias on it.
Unless you just didn't pick up your video from Twitter.
All right, so I'm going to ask the chat also on this one.
静粛に願おう静粛に願おう静粛に願おう
What do you think? Worse? Better? Good to have variety? What happened to your Kenkyu? Worse? Lateral movement? Not as good as Kenkyu? Worse? Good as variety? The opinions on Twitter were mostly about as worse. What was that?
Kenkyu is like eternal.
The one line that I like way more on this version is whatever this is called, power extraction, because just listen to this one. This has like the Urias essence to it.
Shall we dance?
Is that the one where he goes Plan B, or was it?
No, Plan B is negation,
守りたまえ
which is and in Japanese for this one he says mind your manners. So if I had my choices, I would have original Urias Discover Truth, outfit Urias Power Extraction, and original Urias Negation, or whatever it's called. But yeah, the the skill 2 line is so good. It's so good. Like it's like I said, it has the essence of Urias.
Mm-hmm.
So lines wise, I think the original Urias beats it out, but the outfit's so good. I like
It's such a good outfit.
Is there much difference in his charge attack? Not necessarily. He's just, instead of Duke Lamine, it says Duke Rondo. But yeah, it's such a good outfit. I really like the outfit. So it'll stay on for a while, but when I actually turn sound on, Discover Truth is going right back to the original outfit. That's my personal conclusion.
Here's how you can bypass this, Dom.
What's that?
You get a soundboard, and then anytime you're hitting that button in the first place, you just play the soundboard.
Oh my god. That soundboard would be the worst. What
You mean
if
the
I had
best.
a channel points reward that just said like 10,000 points, play the sound Kenkyu no Seikada?
That's not a little bit too high. I would say like 1,000 points.
Oh no, that would be way too spammable.
That
All right.
means there's chat interaction.
Oh my god.
Just saying.
I'll think about it. 10, yeah, isn't being spammable the point? It would have to be spammable by multiple regulars. That's the oh my god. All right, so anyway, the next thing that we're going to be talking about is did you use the weapon trade yet? Because
I have. Wait, is it the one for that we were just looking at earlier for you?
Yes.
I did, and I used it to get the Levy Malice fire staff
hmm
because I hate fighting Levy Malice.
I'm not. I'm at peace with fighting Levy Malice. I want to fight less Phronesis because Phronesis has still not dropped a garrison bow for me, and so I'm very sad that at the bottom of this Malice weapons list there is nothing from Phronesis. There's no Master Sword. There is no. Yeah, I'm sad. So now I'm just like, do I get a third Majestus, or do I just like get a Caladanda question mark, or just sort of stare at this and yeah, there's like once again, this is not for people like me. This weapon is definitely for people who can benefit from either picking up a regalia weapon or just insta grabbing a Xeno weapon at 4 stars or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna be sitting on this for a while and just thinking, like, what do I do with this?
There.
Yeah, no ancestral weapons for the 6 dragons is understandable, but also sad.
Yeah, also no new Magna 2s in the list either.
Yeah. All right.
I totally would have gotten a spoon.
I would probably have gotten another spoon as well. All right. And if you want to say anything about Scratchers, we can. Otherwise, we can move on.
I can't talk bad about Scratchers this time around.
Yeah, I saw your Fist of Destruction.
Oh, that's not the best. That's not the best thing I've got.
Oh, you didn't? What was the other one?
I got another Agni, and what else did I get? I got Alexiel's dagger finally.
Oh, the Mirror Blade Shard. That's right.
Yeah, so I this is why I can't say anything bad about Scratchers this time around. It was really bad the first time.
I'm just impressed with how much more art is on these things. There are 45 different Scratcher cards, and then these 3, which is Granblue Fantasy Fest, Granblue Fantasy Extra Fest, and the Famitsu cover, they will guarantee you something that is at least, let's see. So there's Gold Moon, Intricacy Ring, and earrings, and then everything after those on the list is not there anymore. Like you can't get the filler treasures from those.
Oh, on those Scratcher tickets specifically.
Yeah, on those 3 Scratchers cards specifically. So
Oh, that's kind of cool.
that's one of the things that they did to try and improve. It's like, yeah, there's rare cards along with, you know, like I said, 4 pages of unticketable things.
So which cards was it again? You said.
So it is the Sandalphon one, with him at Cafe Millennia. It is the Eternals Windbreaker with Grand Jita and Lyria, and it is Lyria Picnic, which is the Famitsu cover.
Okay, so on the Eternals Windbreakers, I got a Uriel summon.
Very nice.
And
wait,
the
you're saying you got even better out of those 6 cards. You've gotten an Uriel, a Fist of Destruction, an Agni, and Alexiel. You are making out like a bandit, buddy.
Yeah, and the Sandalphon one with the cafe, I got Gold Moon, which I'm okay with.
I mean, yeah, all right.
Yeah, so this is why I said I can't actually complain this time around.
I mean, like I said, I've been through so many of these that I'm at peace. It's like I've gotten so Silver Moons, Berries, Intricacy Ring, Earring, Berries, and Half Bots. It's like, there'll be
All
like
right.
3 more weeks of this, so whatever. We'll keep going, keep chugging along.
All right.
All right.
Enough about Scratchers.
Enough about Scratchers. The roulette is on, and we have 2 days of guaranteed 100 rolls for everybody. And their timing is very specific. So the current banner ends on the 13th. It's currently what I call Moonfest, which is just character weapons are super rate up compared to everything else. Um, After this, there's going to be a filler banner. On the 16th is going to be when Flash Gala starts. So we'll be talking about Flash Gala next week. There will be a second Flash Gala from the 19th to the 21st. So we have 5 total days of Flash Gala. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21st. 6-ish days of Flash Gala. And on the second Flash Gala, we'll get a guaranteed 100 rolls. So they're splitting it out essentially so they can extend Flash Gala. They'll probably add some other stuff in. And like the new characters will be no longer rate up, and then it'll just be Flash Gala with apparently just no one particular rate up. Just here's 100 free rolls, and 2 days around it that you can also get roulette. And if you want to spend some of these crystals that we've given you for a spark, go get them.
Do it if you want it.
And then there's another one on March 30th, which is during the usual full. They said that there is going to be Premium Gala at that time. I believe.
I feel like that's like the last day for that, wouldn't it?
Yes.
For that specific one.
Usually, Premium Gala, is a one-part thing that starts on the 31st. But this one around, it is going to essentially be it's basically going to be a two-parter. Again, is what they've implied. And Famitsu said that on the 31st, the swimsuit Zodiacs are going to be released. So after you get your 100, then the next day there's going to be the swimsuit Zodiacs. We're just like, all of those free tickets that we gave you. Shame if something were to happen to them.
I mean, I prepared for this already, so.
Yeah, it's the all Zodiacs except for Vikala banner is what they said for the first part of Premium Gala. In 2 years, all of March will be a Gala. Well, I think in about 5 years it'll just all be party time. But they did say, well, by they I mean KMR. He was joking. It's like, for the 100th anniversary, if the game goes this long, we'll do 100 times XP for 100 million XP. Go.
I'll be amazed if any game lasts over 100 years.
Right? Any video game especially.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the timing of the 100 rolls. I've seen people complain about the timing of like, oh, they're giving it to us during the worst possible Flash and Premium Gala. It's like, man, you are really jaded to free stuff.
I got free stuff. I'm happy with this.
It's not just that, but it's like, so running Granblue EA, and I see a lot of comments like when GBF announces its giveaways, people will essentially subtweet other companies like, why don't you give away this much stuff? Why are you so stingy? Meanwhile, people who are in here and are getting all this free stuff are like, my diamond shoes are very tight. Please loosen them. It's like, oof. Oof.
I don't know. There's like too many of both sides of the spectrum, and I'm just tired of both sides of the spectrum in the first place.
Like I said, I just want to be at peace.
I just
relax.
want peace.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll probably stream myself doing 100 rolls just to see what happens. I've only gotten one SSR total during the first 50 rolls of roulette. I'm at peace. It'll happen. I'm not worried.
I got my first Ilsa. Light Ilsa.
You got the good Ilsa then. Well, one of the two good Ilsas.
The other one's not available, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, I've got a lot of moons, and so one of the things that helps me be at peace is the fact that since I can't trade Damascus crystals for Damascus ingots anymore, I need to trade all of these moons for Damascus ingots for the near future until approximately 120 Damascus crystals from now.
Yeah, 252. Dang, I'm almost at 150.
Oh, for gold or for
Yeah.
silver? Yeah, I've been sitting on this for a while. Anyway, we ready to move on?
Let's do it.
All right, next topic. the Masquerade class is released now. I'll probably end up driving this one since you said you haven't really spent time unlocking it yet.
I have unlocked it. I just haven't played around with it yet.
Okay, so this is me with like 3 videos watched and like 2 hectares done. But
Also, you're an expert.
uh, I'll say the following things. Number 1, Masquerade has the best idle animation of any class in this game, and I will fight people for this. Uh, DJ, do you like yellow flowers or blue flowers better?
Blue.
All right. Good thing I have Summer Europa. Where is that? That's the Rosetta Rose. There it is. Look at this. It's so good. This is the first time they've truly integrated Vern in there. One of our crewmates reminded me when I was saying this that when you're a Spartan, then Vern will get into the shield turtle with you.
Oh yeah.
But like, look at him spin. Look, his spin. He's spinning. It's so good. And then Masked Granny in the quest was also amazing.
That was funny. I always love like these quests.
Every time. Every time. So, alright. These are the things that Masquerade does. So, originally for Dancer, the main thing that you did with Dancer was the, like, follow my lead thing, so that your entire team would be forced to triple attack. And so, that was fine. It was the way to fight Alexiel, like, 2 years ago. And
remember that?
get
The
points.
Wind Dancer meme.
These days, it's been phased out. There's a whole lot to do these days that isn't nearly as restrictive as being a dancer. All right, so let's start from the beginning with Masquerade. So Cerulean Evening Attire. It has the old drum beats mechanic from Mahira, where each time your team multi-attacks, then they gain Promenade. And when they have Promenade, then they get multi-attack rate up.
Oh, do you have the numbers on that? Because the wiki doesn't have that yet.
Let's see here. We'll have to check. Masquerade. Does GameWith have the numbers? If GameWith doesn't have the numbers, then I don't know. Let's take a look at the passive.
Yeah, you have to at least double attack in order to get a promenade stack. For a double attack, you get 1. For a triple attack, you get 2. And for a quadruple attack, you get 3.
Yeah, and quadruple attacks, as a reminder, are only on Summer, Albert, and Geisenborger so far.
Correct.
I don't see numbers on GameWith. We don't know how much the multi-attack up is yet.
We just know that it's there. Okay.
So we can come back to that later, but Masked Ball is just funny to me. So you get boost to attack and defense stackable at the end of the turn when allies deal 30 instances of damage or more in a single turn. So
all right,
it's essentially a passive of what you really want out of Lumberjack in long fights, with leaf burning. So it's like, hey, stackable attack and defense. This is really going to help me over this full auto. So if you full auto with a Masquerade and your team happens to have, Chaser on a Valentine's Grimnir or something like that, or it hits a bunch of multi-hit nukes, then hey, you don't even need leaf burning. You didn't need to retain a small shield on yourself to get all of these bonuses. That's neat.
I mean, there's a reason why I like there's the nuke skill that this class has. We'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then so the other skills, the basic one is Bait Step, which gives you the following things. It does a lot. So, number 1, that Promenade stack that you want on everybody, when you dodge, then everybody gets an extra 1. So it's as if they got an extra attack that turn. You get Dodge All for a turn, and Dodge All on a 7-turn cooldown is not quite as good as Night Hound. You get Hostility Up,
which is better than Night Hound if you're not using class champion weapon.
Mm-hmm. And you get a further chance to dodge damage, and it specifies debuffs as well on this dodge.
Yeah, so as long as something misses on you, you count as dodging.
Mm-hmm. And then, so that's one of the ways that you're supposed to get your entire team to 10 Promenade. This nuke is 6 hits plus extra hits for each level of Promenade that you have.
1 extra hit for each level.
So maximum 16 hits. We know what happens to 16 hit nukes. They get belialed and supplemental damaged. So at 16 hits for me, it was doing about 2.2 million damage-ish.
Yeah, normally it's like 60k stack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean per hit. So supplemental and cap ups.
Right, and so that works along with the passive that asks you to hit 30 times in a turn. The ballroom effect is a little bit disappointing, actually, because the chaser on it, I believe, is what, 10%, I think?
I don't want to use that one.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't looking at it, so
I mean, if I really want to die faster, I can have the foe multi-attack me too.
Hey,
no, that also gives more chances of dodging. Let's go.
It does, and that's probably one of the things it's for. But it's 6 out of 15 turns, and it's like,
yeah, that's too long.
All right, and so the combo video fodder for this class is Bounce Chas. I don't know how to pronounce that. Everybody for 1 turn, out of every 9, it says your entire team double strikes and triple attacks. They also become CA sealed, but it also eats all of your stacks of Promenade. So it means that your non-sequence resets. It means that you're gonna have to build up to 10 again for.
You're gonna get 4 that turn.
Counts. You are going to get 4 that turn. It's true. But yeah, it also means that you're giving up your passive buffs. And when you're talking about the class champion weapon, there's one of the class champion weapon emblems that really, really wants you to keep your buff stacks. So let's go talk about the Rudolphina now.
Just one quick.
What's up?
As Gaspin says, it's pronounced chasse, which is a gliding step in dancing, in which one foot displaces the other.
Thank you. Is it French?
I don't know. Probably.
Fair enough. All right, so here's the weapon details. I'm glad that this screen exists. So, when it's your main weapon, then you get more dodge from any effects that give you dodge. That one's invisible to me for a while, so I can't judge that one. On CA, it gives everyone Promenade and a triple attack rate. So it's a TA buff and it's Promenade. And then, so here are the emblems. So first emblem is everybody gets a charge meter up while Ballroom is in effect, which is kind of lame because, once again, 6 out of 15. So next up we have this one, I believe, is Divinity. You get bonus elemental damage based on your Promenade level. So what I was reading is that it is 2% per Promenade level to 20%. So with 10 Promenade, you have a bunch of multi-attack up. You have 20% passive chaser. That doesn't seem bad. And then I was testing out the Devilry emblem, which says when you dodge, then at the end of the turn you get a 4-hit nuke. And that one's pretty good because it's very much like a favorite emblem of mine over on Soldier, which says 4-hit superior elemental damage to random foes at end of turn when no damage has been taken. So the difference between those two is subtle, but it's in favor of the John Doe to me, except when like you're up against either an Octopus or Hector or something like that. Because if you took any damage that turn, but you also dodged because the boss hits you like 8 times or whatever, and some of them missed, then the Rudolphina is better. In every other case, the John Doe is better, because even if like the enemy was paralyzed or restrained or stunned or whatever, then the John Doe says, "Oh, I didn't get hit. 4-hit nuke." While the Rudolphina is just like, "Oh, the boss was stunned. Okay, guess I didn't dodge anything."
To each his own. They're different classes.
True. Game says 10%. 10% chaser on the Rudolphina. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of these emblems. So the Rudolphina, I think I'm just gonna stick to regular daggers for this one. So anyway, my judgment of the class so far, fun. I'll spend a couple weeks toying with it. I'll find ways to use it. It offers a lot. It offers like characters who don't have very good multi-attack, like some permanent multi-attack buffs if you want. And if you want to consume it for a really big turn, then you can. Oh, it's 10% on Ballroom. I see. So 20% on the Devilry emblem, no, Divinity emblem, and 10% on Ballroom. We do have some solid dagger options. Yeah, there's just so many good daggers that I think the only class champion dagger that actually stands a chance is the Devil's Finger. Alright, that's a lot of talking about stuff that you weren't participating in. Let's move on!
Alright.
Let's go to the update screen so that we just can talk all about what happened in the patch that happened on the 10th. So here's the Masquerade. Alright, so this one we've known is coming for a while. The plus mark stock function.
Thank you. That one, I've actually been using this a lot recently.
Yeah, because we were doing traditional Dark Rapture raids the other day, and we were waiting like 5 minutes while you were like, unload this plus 99, unload this plus 99, unload this plus 99. All right.
Yeah, it's way better now.
Yeah, and so I can upgrade from the plus stock, right? Where is that? Where do I go to get to the bonus stock?
I just do it to my target grid.
Oh, there it is. It's not in the upgrade screen anymore. It is just plain in the weapon. So, boom. I have now added 20 pluses to this Voster Spire. If I want to get
thing is just unloading from an entire grid and giving it to another grid.
Wait, there's an unload option? Let's go to a grid that I know has pluses. Should be water somewhere. Yep. So, is there an unload plus? There's an unload all plus marks.
Yes.
Plus marks can be added or removed from all weapons equipped to this party at once. Wow.
Yeah. So so literally I've been doing the dragon fights last night.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much use this to move all my plus marks to the next dragon fight.
Oh my god. My mind has just been blown.
It's so good.
That's really nice. This is so nice. This is the best UI upgrade out of all of these ones that we're going to be going over. So, good job, Cygames. All right. Anything else to say about the plus marks?
I mean, that's all. I just showed you the best part.
Thank you for showing me that, because I might have missed it otherwise. All right. Moving on from the plus stock. Let's go back to this update. There's a lot of fine print. So this one was one that they've been talking about for like a year and a half. The quote-unquote skin gacha. The skin gacha no longer exists. It's gone. They're not going to do it. Instead, they've updated the bonus, the daily login bonus. You now, along with your daily login, get 10 points. And
with those points, you can buy something in the shop after you accumulate enough.
Oh, okay. And the things that are in this shop are actually really interesting. This daily points shop right here. So we've got ourselves regalia weapons,
including the new ones.
We've got proving grounds weapons, in case you missed them. Xeno weapons. Like, all of these things that are pretty good, and just for the act of logging in, you can get, I can get a Dante's harp in 15 days. It's not so bad.
It's pretty good, actually.
Or, for people like us who already have all these weapons that we want, outfits. These outfits that we've been promised for a long time, like I said, like Siegfried and Clarice are the first ones. but as time goes on, they can just keep adding more. We were what? The other ones that we were showing were Gawain and Jean, I believe, and those aren't in there yet.
You can also buy other things in the shop, like chalices.
That's true. We've got ourselves like you can just buy 30 half elixirs. Wait, is it 30? It's 10 each. So it is. Wait, it's 10 points for an elixir. An elixir. So you can just get an extra half pot a day, or you can get 30,000 XP, which I'm sure a lot of people will really appreciate. And this restocks monthly. That's nice.
That's pretty nice.
It was Gawain, Zeta, Jean, and Charlotta. Thank you. So the daily login animation is going to stay like that? Pretty much. It's a much higher res login screen. Like they wanted to redo the entire login process.
Well, there was only like one other time. No, wait, there's 2 times that they changed what's in the login. Who's on the login screen?
Yeah, one of the times was when they officially decommissioned the login to Rage of Bahamut, Knights of Glory, and all these other Cygames games, and come back to get a bonus. They're just like, yeah, we're just wrapping that into your daily logins. Screw it.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, all right, we're improving this again. So I like the system. It is a good decision by Cygames to avoid alienating the fan base, because when they said, yeah, this might be a gacha that is lower cost than the regular gacha, it's just like, do you know how bad it feels to draw an outfit for a character you don't have?
Oh, I know all about that with loot boxes.
It's such a bad feeling, and this thing avoids that bad feeling entirely. You
choose to buy it.
If you don't have Siegfried, then you don't need to buy the outfit. It's just there. And if you do get a Siegfried, then it's right there waiting for you just for points. Just accumulate points over, 40 days of logins. And instead, Cygames is like, we can incentivize people for, just coming back in.
Yeah.
It's a good solution, I think. So, see you in 37 days. Which one are you getting first, Siegfried or Clarice?
I'm getting Spoon.
That's fair. So the Spoon is in how many days for you?
I think is it a 30-day one? I forget.
Let's take a look. It is 30 days.
All right, see you in like 28 more days.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the problem with the Clary skin is that they gave us a good Clary skin already.
Oh, do you use her anniversary one?
Yeah, that one's so good. No, not the anniversary one.
Which one?
The one where she tries to be a CAG.
Oh yeah, the free one from Alchemist's Desire, right?
Yeah, that one's so good.
That's pretty good.
I also do have the anniversary one, but
yeah, and I'm gonna use Fire Siegfried for like further notice until they make another Siegfried that's just as good. All right, that's the daily bonus. We're on to Skyscope. I have finished every Skyscope thing. This is daily missions. They say that as of April 1st, they will start adding monthly missions. This is something that we've already seen in the winter missions, the summer missions, and now it's just going to be officially every month. And also, like, this is their new way of doing Signboard, like the original tutorial board. They've just expanded it into its entirely own system.
Oh, Dom, I see you have 20,000.
20,000 prestige pendants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with these. So
yeah, I don't know what to do with these either.
So for those of us who were entrenched players, we logged in, and I had all but like 10 of these completed, and it gave me 1.6 million rank points, by the way, and it gave me like something like 16,000 prestige, like all of these things that let's see here. These are the recurring missions, but all of these missions that are standard missions, they were just like, here, you've done all of these things, have them, and yeah, they gave me a whole bunch of stuff, 1,800 crystals, and yeah. Whew. All right, so I'll figure out what to do with these pendants later, but this is really good for newer players. It's very good for like players who want direction. Uh, it's good for just rewarding you for playing the video game that is Granblue Fantasy. It's a good implementation, I think, and I'm glad that there are weekly missions already that give you, neat little things like bronze moons. Sure, it's a neat little bonus. You don't need to do it, but it's there. Or, down here we've got like, where was this? You can get a summon vessel and a weapon vessel every week. That's really good. That's actually amazing.
That's actually kind of amazing. Yeah.
Did you get that one yet?
No, I'm working on it right now, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do, which is nice. They're all easy to do, pretty much. I'm probably not going to end up joining 50 raids though this week, but we'll see. You don't need to clear, all of them in order to get the best bonus. So, it's a good implementation, like I said. I'm a fan. I just need to figure out what the hell to do with 20,000 prestige pendants. All right.
Buy rings.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that in 20 days.
Yeah, do that.
Do we know when the weekly reset is? Weekly and monthly mission objectives. Weekly mission objects will be reset every Monday at 5 a.m. And monthly mission will be reset the first day of each month at 5 a.m. So monthly missions, same as journey drops. Weekly missions, Monday. Which is the same as the pendant reset. Alright, so, next up. This one's going to be a quickie. So they announced Auto Guard on V2, which is one of those things where it's like, oh, I feel perfectly comfortable full autoing just so many more of the dragons now. Because it's actually a smart auto guard. Did you see that if it does plane damage, then your character doesn't bother to block?
Oh, really? Okay.
If it does plane damage, your character doesn't bother to block. And if they're not targeted, the character also does not block. So you have to be targeted by it.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah. I'm really glad for this. Like, I've been full autoing each of the whatchamacallit, the Replicard Sandbox bosses with this. I mean, I probably could have before, but it's now very, very easy for me to do so. Like, sometimes when I full autoed a Sandbox boss, the 25% where it asks for a Fatal Chain, then that would hit my entire party and they would die. This way, way easier. Good change. I like the continued improvements to V2. I'm curious to know if Avatar Belial will be V2 or not. They didn't say he was going to be V2, but they also didn't say he was going to be not V2.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, okay. Alright, next step. So, 23 new EMP skills. Some of them, well, I posted all of them on Twitter. Some of them I'm going to skip over, like the SR ones are not important. Let's be very honest about this.
What, you don't care about SR Krugni?
I don't, like, Urzaja getting defense up on substitutes, like, a lot of the time will not notice.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, alright, let's start from the top. Stan and Eliza. Chance to raise Steel and Dust level on using Heart Be Braver. Remember last time when we were talking about Farah and Yuri and talking about how Stan and Eliza took too long to ramp up?
Oh, here, they can ramp up a little bit better now.
They ramp up faster. Yay! I was really happy.
Braver is a 5-turn skill.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that one. Alright, next up. Tabina. So, she gets a boost to debuff success when not debuffed. Is that the same that Black Knight has?
I don't remember.
I want to say it is. Yes, it is.
This is useful. This is very useful.
You
don't want your debuffs to miss.
Yeah, I picked it up on the Black Knight. I'm picking it up on Tabina. I'm happy with this one. Alright, Colossus. So the Colossus one is chance to raise heat upon using Flashpoint. I don't own Colossus. I don't know what this means.
I don't know what that means either. Let me check what heat does.
Is that the one that kills him faster?
he can only use skill 3 when he has max heat.
So it gets you to a skill 3 faster. Is skill 3 the one that kills itself?
It's the one that puts him standby mode, yeah.
Okay, so it means that you're gonna get your Frau out faster, I guess. All right. So Sarah, amplify counterattack damage. She counters a lot. I like her. So
she counters like a lot.
This one's a fun one. So I was already using Light Sarah. She's fun. She's a fun character in both one turn kills, in like just anything that hits a bunch of times. So fun character, gets more fun.
She pretty much always counters like twice. Let's be honest.
Fire Siegfried got probably the most boring one. He takes less wind damage.
That was expected. He was already good.
The character's already amazing. Let's keep going. So Grand Monica. Some people are angry that she got slight chance to dodge all, but I mean, it triggers her passive. It says when she.
You just want her passive to go off in the first place.
You want more Violet Shocks? Was it?
Violet Shock Flicker.
Violet Shock Flicker. That's right. So, I mean, it doesn't change how she works at all. So we're gonna just keep moving. Like Monica doesn't move at all in anybody's reckoning. Halloween, Zeta, and Vazaraga. So they got a chance to cut their cooldowns by 1, which is also on Jean and Noah. So we'll talk about all of them at once. So Zetaraga.
Those type of things are really small to begin with, though.
It's about 5-ish% usually, because Anila has it as well.
Yeah.
So for Zetaraga, they have 9 turn cooldowns on their linked skill, if I remember right.
They do. So
unless you're Keelaning, you're not gonna get both of them up at the same time until like turn 9. This lets it happen a little bit faster. Otherwise, it doesn't. What was that?
It also allows you increase your buff duration too.
It's true. So it's not game breaking on them, but sometimes it's just like, oh, that's neat. I get to have both Zeta buff and Vazaraga buff at the same time for longer.
It's a nice thing, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't change how they play at all. They play exactly the same. Halicena. For Halloween Halicena, slight chance to dodge all. She gives everybody supplemental, including the enemy, so makes her take less damage a little bit sometimes. Sometimes, not all. It's not going to change how you use her at all. Jean.
It's a crazy time.
Yeah, like when we have it on Jean, the Zetaraga cooldown reduction. So it actually matters a lot for Jean. Because the one cooldown that you're really, really happy... So she has 2 abilities that cool themselves down. Her triple attack to everybody cools itself down on CA. And when she triple attacks, she cools down her team uncap ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the one that is very, very welcome is that she has a debuff that is not 100% uptime. So it's a local defense down, local attack down, and then Divine Sentence, which is supplemental damage debuff on the enemy. And that's a 4 out of 8, which doesn't feel that good. Like, when it's gone, you kind of notice. So any reduction you get in that cooldown in specific feels good. So
everything else works naturally.
Yeah, it's like you're not going to notice at all any cooldown reduction on Sanctify, because it cooled itself down when she C8'd anyway. Eternal Divinity, like, you won't notice that one because, strangely, that one's cooldown is just too long. Because it's ready in 5 turns. That doesn't get affected usually by these cooldown reductions. And then once it actually is used, it's 16 turns, reduced by 1 time every time she triple attacks. So reasonably, it'll be like 9-ish turns. So going from like 9 to 8, not necessarily something that you'll notice that much. Noah, though, Noah's cooldown's going down, also very noticeable. Like,
how long his skill 2 actually lasts? Is on cooldown.
His skill 2 is on cooldown for 12 turns.
Yeah, anything to help that is nice.
Mm-hmm. Like, his skill 3 cools itself down. Once again, another character with, cooling itself down mechanic. And then his radiation bolt going from 5 turns to 4 turns, if this procs, it's nothing. Like, it's just, you get the spell 1 turn earlier, you won't notice, in my opinion.
That.
It's like, it's nice, but it's not gonna change how you play him or anything. But yeah, skills 2 and 3, very welcome for Noah when they cool down faster. Like, Noah skill 3, if you get that early, and he can put his buff on more characters, big thumbs up. That accelerates that character into hyperspeed. It's crazy. But, you know, if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. Alright, other characters. So Win Socie, boost to healing. That character heals for a lot already.
Yeah.
I like this one.
It's alright. I like it.
Yeah. Ko heals a lot. Like, we have a crew member who is a very big Ko fan, and she says that on V2 against Lu Wo, Ko just has gigantic heals going off all the time. So it's good on him too. Good job, Ko. Shitori's gives her a boost to triple attack based on the number of debuffs on the enemy. I'm not sure how much we'll notice this one, because Shitori already
has really good multi-attack to begin with.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, she gives herself over time 25% multi-attack, 25% triple attack specifically.
I don't know about that one. She already had a lot to begin with. I don't know. This isn't really adding.
Like, it's really easy to trigger it, of course, because of characters that go with Shitori. But, like, yeah, I'm not going to notice this one. The next one, though, I will notice a lot. Holiday Medion.
Oh boy, so this guy cannot multi-attack when he's not in the ship.
Yeah, when he's not in turbo mode or whatever it's called. Nitro. His natural progression is he gets 10 meter, he nukes, and then he naturally gives himself another 10 meter, so he goes from 30 meter to 50 meter. Then he goes from 50 meter to 70 meter. And then hopefully the rest of your team, because he's going to be in the 4th position, see chain bursts to get him to that first 100, sweet 100 meter. And then he needs to CA again, and then he can go into hyper mode.
Yeah, it took a long time.
This accelerates that a lot if he does manage to dodge. So, like, I use this character with freaking Katura and Seophon, and it still doesn't feel like he builds up fast enough sometimes. So that's welcome. Getting him more meter is welcome. Earth Magisa, a character who really didn't need anything. She says she gets a chance to gain a crest on attacking.
Sure, why not? Why not?
Character had everything already. Alright. Speaking of a character who had everything already, Holiday Narmaya, or Narmaya in English, that's right. Chance to survive at 1. Yeah, that's fine. You're never going to rely on it, but when it happens, you're like, oh, cool.
That might actually mess up some things, actually.
With her her sub-all?
Because sometimes you actually don't want her alive, so you have someone else brought in.
Yeah, it's fair.
I don't know. Depends. You can spend your EMP however you want.
It's true. Alright, Holiday Saruel. Boost to all allies' attack when he's not debuffed. Honestly, a lot of people I know who play Win Saruel put him in the back anyway, so this doesn't do anything.
Can't use his crest character.
Yeah, they use him for crests and for his Veil to team on battle start.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alright, so Fire Uisis. Chance of dodge and counter when she's in red health.
She's always going to be in red health.
She's always going to be in red health, yeah, so it's just chance of dodge and counter.
Well, that's very good. I like it.
I
don't care for her to die, so...
Shalem, boost to TA based on the debuffs on the enemy, which is the same as Shitori. So, because of the characters that are built in a regular Dark Team around Shalem, I do notice whenever she doesn't triple attack, it's like, you're messing up the squad, Shalem. But once again, she has a mechanic that ups her own triple attack rate. Like, it's not necessarily the biggest triple attack up. It's what?
It's 50%.
Look, when it's faced up against like Vikala, who's is 100%.
No, you need to stop right here.
It's literally 100%.
No, no, 50% triple attack is not good enough. He says.
She's dark, DJ.
Ed.
So anyway, this is once again a nothing EMP. We're moving on.
Damage cap on Lucius.
So the Lucius one is the funniest one. I don't think I have Lucius myself.
I don't have him either, but he has 5 skill cap.
His entire. Can I see if I have Lucius? Let's see. Dark, Katana. Do I own Lucius? I don't own Lucius. That makes me sad. Because his entire unique EMP row, the bottom 4 are all freaking skill cap, and now the unique one is also skill cap.
They know what you want to do with this character.
This character wants to do one thing, and it's disgusting. I'm still laughing about that.
It's so good.
All right, the last things in the anniversary update. They put in reducing silver relic weapons into silver shards. It is 5 plus sometimes 1 for your elemental rate up. Have you actually benefited from this, DJ?
I actually have one weapon I actually could destroy right now if I wanted to.
Okay, because you're actively in the pursuit of silver weapon shards for the 6-star Eternals process. So
it's helpful. This is really good. This needed to be a thing to begin with.
Yeah. And then we have a few quality of life things. So the upgrade screen changing, defaulting to cups is very good. I hated having to scroll past weapons every time.
Scroll past your 20 weapons, and then now you're at your cups.
Yeah, or the Craftsman's Anvil. Like, as time goes on, feeding weapons to other weapons becomes less and less relevant. I like that. And also, you don't even have to go into the weapon screen in order to add pluses anymore.
Woo!
And then, yeah, that's it. That's it for that part. So we're ready to move on to the next portion of this.
Let's just do it.
All right. So the last thing that we're going to cover in terms of the updates that have already happened is this game balance update. So first things first, we're going to go to the easy one. Taisai Spirit Bow went from big crit, small attack, was it? No, it was big attack, big crit in separate skills. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
So now it has big crit, big attack, and then a separate small attack. So you get a little bit extra attack out of it. That's nice.
That's nice.
Galileo's Insight gets a better stamina. That's nice.
It's a better stamina.
So let's talk.
Opus' stamina.
Let's talk about what's not on this list. Why, if they're not going to save Murglace, it means that they're not going to save Gambantane, isn't it?
I'm big sad.
How many Gambantanes do you have just sitting there, just looking at you sadly from the stash?
Our third one.
Think about that person, that player who was mentioned on the GBF Comfy stream, who has 12 Murglaces. What do they think about Murglace not being on this list?
They're just gonna keep more Murglace until it's on the list, I guess.
The Murglaces will continue to be uncapped until Cygames complies with our demands.
I can't wait to go through the stats later.
Yeah, the stats are going to be next week. So just so people know, DJ is a big fan of the stats, and we'll break those down for next week. All right. So let's go through all of these character balance updates, shall we? So let's start with Summer Bea. Summer Bea, when she came out, super powerful. The ability to just deal damage to herself and just do big damage was really good. Now that's not as unique, so they added some more survivability to her along with a few other things. So step 1, her CA now dodges all attacks from foes. It gives her essentially the 6/Vikala/ all those other characters who dodge on CA effect.
They got rid of her 30% fire attack. That was on her old CA. Ooh, that has real effects now.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of things that help her survive, her EMP is now slight chance to dodge. Her support skill sometimes just makes her undying, which is really funny, by the way. I love this one.
Below 50%, she just has a chance to gain the status of undying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
She continues to have that dodge rate and counter. Well, the dodge rate and counter based on how low she is. I think she always had that, or did she not have the counter?
So the old effect was when she's below 60% HP, boost to crit rate and dodge.
It was crit and dodge. So now she counters. Okay. They gave her the Predator effect, by the way, the double strike. So it's now a 4-turn cooldown, gives her jammed, and gives her bonus damage.
Fire.
Does it still hit herself in the face?
For 40.
Okay, so that's still there. Pretty cool. She gets more triple attack on skill 1. Is it skill 1, Nades to 9? I got this wrong when I was posting.
Nades to 9 should be skill 1.
Okay.
And now guarantees triple attack, apparently.
That's good. And then Nade Collane, the secondary one.
That one now has bonus fire damage effects.
How much is the chaser?
I do not know the answer to this.
All right. But still, she gives herself chaser. And then here's the sharp boost to attack for 1 hit, undying guaranteed, and boost to mode cut. Mode cut is a nothing thing. But the undying is big.
You don't appreciate duration.
So the fact that she can go into undying mode so often now, because she can just hit this button and become undying. She can gain undying as an effect when she's just in low health, which once she's at 50% or below, which is going to be on turn 4 because of how Rising Stars works now, pretty good. So anyway, pretty cool. She's another take on sort of the Predator design, to get Chaser, to get triple attack and double strike at a cost. And she pays that cost. She gets stronger when she does that, just like Bea should. So, a lot of dodging, a lot of being undying. Like, we have a lot of screenshots of her just eating an entire, dragon's nest from Ewiar and just living and just being like, okay, what's next? What you got? Alright. Let's move on. So, the sheep. So the one that people have been asking for years because every other Zodiac has this, it's there. So the
Hidden Tiger Crouching Dragon.
Hidden Tiger Crouching Dragon, first of all, the critical hit rate was buffed as well because it was definitely old numbers when it was in its previous form. Let's see here. Her Fleece of Champions. So it used to be a 2 out of... Was it 2 out of 7 or 2 out of 6? I think it was a 2 out of 7 strength buff. And it was just like, that's never going to be long enough for me to remember.
6.
Yeah. So her crit got better. The double attack, I believe, got better on Hidden Tiger Crouching Dragon. The uptime is now 5 out of 6, which is a big deal. So you have 1 turn of downtime instead of 2 turns of downtime on it.
It's always good.
You removed a lot of the downtime on Fleece of Champions. She also removes a debuff from your team when it happens. That's fine. It's a very nice to have rather than a need to have. Her new supports are pretty weird. It's not weird how they're designed. It's just weird that they decided to give her both of these at once. So,
Queen of Sheep?
So Queen of Sheep is they get attack up when they're not debuffed and defense up when they are debuffed.
So according to the wiki, by the way, that's on perpetuity modifier.
That's a lot of attack.
Like, excuse me?
And then everything's coming up fluffy. So double attack based on how high her HP is, and then garrison to all allies based on how low her HP is. That's really good.
Well, that's her level 95. Yeah,
It
says
is.
right there.
It's just like, huh. That's a lot. That's a lot. And that's not even counting her debuff accuracy on her delay used to be 90%.
That was horrible.
The greatest memes were when people would bring Spear Team to Lucilius, and it's just like, all right, all is vanity. Miss. Okay. Athena, it's your turn to delay. Miss. All
I
right.
think the worst part is when you delaying something, and you delay the wrong thing because it's an AOE delay.
Oh yeah, when you would hit one and not the other, and you would just be like, "Oh, I'm eating."
Now I'm in danger for Paradise Lost.
I'm eating Paradise Lost in a turn. Oh, I see. it was a pretty feels bad delay. It feels a lot better. It's 100% accuracy now, affected by how many times it's been hit, so it goes down over time. Blah blah blah. But still, it's a good stop. All right. So yeah. Her changes, I like them.
Passes are insane to me.
What was that?
That her passes are insane to me now.
Yeah, this is still just like, why is it perpetuity? It's like, all right, you know what? Whatever. You go, girl. Get him. Go get him, sheep. Who am I to go up against sheep supremacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ingve. So Ingve was a character who was very hard to justify because he would just eat his own meter in his good mode, and then it would just be like, oh, well, I guess I'd better eat my team's meter for this one big CA. So they fixed a lot of that. So tough guy mode, now instead of eating, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 or whatever, and so it just ramped up to the point where you could no longer tough guy, it asks for 40. And he automatically multi-attacks when he's a tough guy.
That's always useful because, sometimes you don't build that meter, Ingve.
Not just that, but he has a better way to gain meter now, which is the new Jumpstart My Heart. So he gets 5 hits of tank and counter, and every counter is 5 meter. So that's, a non-insignificant way of gaining meter. He gets hostility up like he used to. He has 2 different hostility ups. Well, not 2 different ones, sorry. I think tough guy mode is passive hostility, and then the skill gives him even more.
All right.
And then, every time he gets hit, not just how many times he gets countered, then he gets another 5 meter, up to a maximum of 50 a turn. And this, lasts 3 turns, I believe?
3 turns.
So that is a lot of meter he's going to be getting out of this. As long as the boss has any significant number of attacking to do. So I really like this change to Jumpstart My Heart.
That's useful. That's actually useful.
Let's see. Hold on. I was looking for something. There we go. So anyway, yeah. Odyssey now changes the game's CA cap, not just his own CA cap.
Yeah, so I guess the special CA cap, which we mentioned a little while back.
Yeah.
So on top of his 130 CA damage cap, he has a 50% special CA cap.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Let's see. Where did that go?
Just shoot a giant cannon, Ingve. Just do it.
Sorry, I'm searching for something on the game list site. There it is. Alright, so anyway, Ingve is a huge improvement. I'm going to be using it more often to see what happens, but I like it. I like how he's going to be a tough guy for much, 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 much longer than he's ever been before. And tough guy mode was when it felt good to play as Xingwei, because that's when you had things like the laser after he attacks. It's when you got the what is it? It's the good version of him. He turned into a freaking Blastoise.
Wasn't the laser after his skill 2?
It's just plain attacking.
Is it?
Let's see. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure that was on No Mercy.
Was it on No Mercy? Full Metal Beam. No, it's just deal bonus damage when tough guy mode's in effect. So Full Metal Beam is whenever he just plain attacks while he's a tough guy. So it happened after Wild and Tough, but you're just gonna get more lasers for being in tough guy longer. Because I mean, even though it only lasts 3 turns, sometimes you didn't even have those 3 turns to actually stay in tough guy. Anyway, improvement on what he did. I'm glad for this one. Next up, we have the number 8. I would like to point out first things first that the new icons for for our boy Eata are really dope looking. Like, he had pretty generic icons before, and now they are all like classic art. We have just waves crashing and like, yeah, anyway, it's awesome looking. So the things that they've changed for him, very big quality of life changes. Number 1, Purgatory, 0 turn cooldown. He does not waste your time on full auto.
Like him casting that every turn.
And just throwing away meter, just every turn. Yeah.
Look, when it was 1 turn, that meant it could trigger Lobelia.
While true, Lobelia and Eata do not belong on the same team. There are different things to build around. So, made, what is it? Made to made. It, as far as I know, it does not need to drain a bar or a dot in order for him to gain Ike.
For Ike, no.
For Ike, no. Oh, for the meter?
Talking about 30 meters.
In farming burst teams, yeah. I mean, it's harder to turn 1 use this in order to get a free 30 extra meter. It's true. So, but in terms of just like non-1 turn use, this is actually really good. Like, it lets him work in V2.
It's kind of important, yeah.
Like, this character was actually not built with V2 in mind, and now he actually works in V2 and full auto. Welcome to 2021, Mr. 8.
He's a really powerful character to begin with.
Yeah.
He actually works in content that you actually need him in.
Yep. Alright, Astariola, one of the more complicated characters in the game period.
I don't understand this character at all. Please explain to me.
Alright, so, Astariola used to start out the fight sleeping, and he used to need to get to 9 chalices in order to wake up. And when he woke up, you could actually press his skills, and so you would get each of these once, and you would be able to use the CA, and when he CA'd, he would go back to sleep. So the way that you would actually press his skills is he would automatically do them based on what the boss did, or what the enemy did.
He activated it as reactively, and also he just one of them was the first skill, just cast every turn.
Yeah, so Winds of Eternity, he casts it every turn. He gets one chalice out of that. But it only did that, by the way, when he was in seclusion, when he was asleep. Now he's just always asleep. He will never attack again, except to CA. What that means is, have you looked at the Theater of Temperance lately, DJ?
No.
So, the Theater of Temperance is, let's see here, it's under Treasure Trade, Weapons.
That's the weapon that if you don't attack, you get a big boost, right?
Yes, it is. So it means this will always be on now because he's never going to attack except for the turn after he CAs. So that's cool. I like that. But yeah, so they upped his CA damage to Unworldly, so it actually rewards you. They made it so you just don't get that awkward turn where he wakes up, presses his buttons, and then immediately goes back to sleep. He just stays asleep now. And yeah, they just upped a whole lot of his damage. Like, this character is actually, once you get him rolling, extremely powerful.
He's allowed to defend now in A2, right?
Don't think so.
All right, never mind then.
I don't think they changed that one, but they might. Actually, I'll have to ask if he can defend or not in V2. I'll ask Almond. All right. They did change it so that he's not like in seclusion. So maybe he can block. I'll have to look. So here's another character who got a super mega glow up, DJ. Have you seen the numbers for Summer Korwa?
No.
All right. Let's walk through some of this here. Where is that? Where is Summer Korwa?
Oh, yeah, these numbers are stupid.
Yeah, you seeing them now?
These are on 1 turn cooldown?
All right. So let's start. So she heals on her CA now, instead of just gaining feels.
That's better than her ult skill 3, which you spent 2 fil to heal 1500.
Mm-hmm. She gives your entire team bonus wind damage. How much is it? And
10%.
since you
10% for 5 turns.
How does that compare to Diantha, who has these same things?
I mean, that's fine.
Well, I'm just curious to see if, since you use Diantha so often, like, are these the same numbers? 10% bonus water damage and 25. Yeah, they're exactly the same. Okay, just checking. But instead of her Diantha's other buffs, she gets the feels to use. All right, so new skill 1. They moved the old skill 2 over to skill 1. So the double strike, the damage cap boost, and the multi attack rate. So those are there. The special buff is still indefinite, I think, right? I don't think that was changed.
It's indefinite.
All right, so Gavisi says that Astariola can guard now, which is also a big deal for actually playing that character. All right, back to Korwa though. The special defense buff on 2 now is actually wild. So they saw what they did with Mishra, and they're like, we can do that with Korwa, right? That's fine. So when you press this button on a wind character, they get 100% defense, so they take half damage. And then they get 100% armor chance of armored for 30% less damage. So they're actually taking, let's see, 30% of 50% is 15%. So they're actually taking 35% normal damage now. Debuff resistance is 100%.
Oh, 100? That's a pretty good number.
So once again, it's the defensive rune from Mishra. And so you just
also don't forget to add to the part where these buffs are actually indefinite.
Mm-hmm. They just last for the rest of the fight, just like Mishra, the rune. And then yeah, so that's crazy. Like the double strike is not indefinite. That one's 1 turn, so that's fine. The damage cap up is also 1 turn. The attack is indefinite though, and it's 50% wind attack up and 30% TA. It's pretty good.
80% DA.
Yeah. And then,
you're more likely to get a multi-strike, is what it's telling you.
And then, if you want, she now has an ultimate. So like they took this whole feels thing and they just decided to make her like Lobelia.
I mean, you're eventually gonna hit the point where you're either gonna if you do a long fight with her, you're gonna either use get the double strike or you're gonna get this
Every turn, basically. Jeez.
50% assassin. That's really good.
Yeah, and then to make up for her CA not doing any damage, she ramps up the rest of the team's CA damage by having ideas. But yeah, she starts with 6. You can immediately press this defense buff on somebody, and you'll go down to 3. You can then put a attack buff on somebody, you go down to 0. Then she goes up to 2, then to 4. By the time you're at 4, then this skill 2 is cooled down, and you just put this on somebody else. Yeah, this is wild. This is wildly good.
Orange Cerulean in chat, someone tested, and if everyone has skill 2 on the team, they can tank Paradise Lost.
35% normal damage.
Yeah, I might take it this character. I'm really sad it's not on normal Korwa.
Yeah,
normal Korwa is like garbage compared to everything else now.
Yeah, the character is still in 2016 jail for crimes committed under Haruta.
Yeah, now look at her summer version.
Her summer version has been upgraded from what they learned by releasing a light character, a regular ass light character.
The only thing different from like old Korwa and this Korwa is that she can only target wind in this one.
Good.
Remember when Korwa used to be
every team?
Put her on everything.
I do.
2015.
Once every couple of months, people bring up my old tier list that I made that it had Korwa in every element's S tier.
Yeah.
All right, so we keep going. So Light Clarice is now built. So DJ, you're a Clarice fan. You want to go through these?
All right, so her CA now gives uplift. That's nice because you really want CA a lot. Her skill 1 also gives her instant charge, which is also nice.
The skill cooldown going up is a little bit of a bummer, but oh well.
Understandable. Yeah, that's understandable.
All right, keep going.
Let's see here. Atomic Resolution no longer gives this supplemental, but supplemental was like 5,000 before. Now you can use it to end the cooldown if you have 2 dissolutions.
And so there's a character who was recently printed in Light who really likes it when characters on her team dispel, and so a character who can have multiple dispels in a turn seems pretty grand.
Pretty good. Something also that's nice. Her dissolution is the solution. Thanks, Clarice. She no longer has the passive defense down.
Yeah, the passive defense down, by the way, was really significant. Like, whew, was it what, 20%?
It was 20%, and it stacked with her skill 1's defense down.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, and she gained a new passive. Based on their buffs, boost to C damage cap, and charge bar gain.
Right. But yeah, I'm still like laughing at how like nakedly obvious it is that her new atomic resolution is there to feed Grand Cagliostro.
Yeah, because kinda need it.
It's true. It's like you hit atomic resolution when she has 3 dissolution. You do the plane damage. You do a dispel. The dispel triggers the 888,888 from Cagliostro. She gets a true. She gets the delay out of it. She gets an extra truth out of it.
You get to play with CAG. I'm okay with this.
It's definitely on brand.
Being able to have characters that actually do talk to each other on the same team is always nice.
It's true. So I'm glad for Clarice. She deserves it. She was only used for 1-turn teams, and even then, not for very long.
I mean, if it lasts more than 1 turn, there's another problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Now she can actually live longer.
She can actually live. She can fight. She can like being able to dispel multiple times in a turn is becoming more and more important as time goes on. Like think about say Beelzebub and the 6 buffs he gets at 50%, or Dark Rapture where Lucilius gives himself 2 buffs sometimes for Evangelist.
Yeah, when he does Axiom Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. Being able to dispel multiple times in a turn, pretty handy.
Yes, Noah, the secret third alchemist.
Look, it's fine. All right, on to Light Percival. Light Percival was one of those characters where you actually put him on the front row, and you're just like, why does the character eat his own crest so much? Can you please actually like get a crest and just keep it for a while? And now he just throws nukes around like he was meant to, which is good. So, he used to get what 20% meter from his CA. Now he ends the cooldown on a skill 3, which is good because ending cooldown on a skill 3 means he gets an Aurora crest along with giving your team chaser. Now he is more crest than man. Thanks, chat. So, hit skill 1. You now, depending on the number of buffs that are on him, get up to 3 crests at once.
He is crest.
He is crest. He's more crest than man now.
I mean, he considers his crest, but he is crest.
And, so after CA, he gets another crest because he gets this again. And it now also adds, stacking boost to multi-attack rate? Or, no, it's not, the stacking one is to his own. This one just, they added multi-attack rate to his team buff. So it's 15% triple attack, which is good for something that's gonna be up like all the time because it happens every time he CAs.
All the skill 1 was it was cast twice against petrified enemies. He's local petrified. That has a 90 base rate. That's not gonna last you the entire fight.
Yeah, so now it just ignores whether or not they have fear, if I remember right, or petrify.
Now it's on the number of buffs he has.
Yeah. So this character just shoots himself up to 5 crests basically like immediately.
Then he'll consume it, but he's gonna get it back.
Yeah, he'll get him back. All right. So yeah, he also works really well with Aglavale now. So once again, characters who talk to each other being good combos on the same team. Good design. Yep. All right. And then the final character update, one of the oldest 5 stars in the game, Lady Grey.
She needed it.
She needed this update pretty badly, especially since she's a starter character. When people start the game, they have a 1 in 6 chance of getting Lady Grey. So it's good that she's good. All right, her CA damage.
Okay, first off, they removed the zombie. That's good because nothing gets zombied in this game that you fight. Let's be honest. So they gave it bonus dark damage against poison foes. She has a poison button. They're gonna be poisoned.
Yeah, so she has a nuke after CA. That's good. Let's see. So that one is specifically Death March, which is her 5-star one. So it is something that you will have to 5-star her to get. But then again, Forbidden Lover just doesn't do anything extra anyway. So good to have an extra effect. All right, Dark Energy. It's an entirely new skill, isn't it? Oh no, it's
no. So what they
it's
did,
Bane.
they moved things around.
What was that? They move things around?
Yeah. So it used to be Dark Energy was the one with the dark defense down.
Oh, that's what
now
it was.
Now it's the delay.
And she now counts debuffs to sometimes delay twice. Delaying twice is a good thing too. Black Knight does it. Olivia does it. Give it to Grey too. Sure.
Yep. All right, so what they did though is that deep down used to be the one with the delay, and also was 30% defense down. Now it is 25% defense down, 15% dark defense down. So
40% on a button.
Yeah. So it used to be that her dark defense down was 10%.
Mm-hmm. It was what 35% total?
No, it's 40.
That's 40% total? Well, I was talking about before.
It's the same number.
Well, it's the same number?
Same number, because it used to be 30% dark normal defense down and 10% dark defense.
I see, okay.
So it evened out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they increased the debuff accuracy on it, and also you can it removes a buff.
I see. So let's go down to the new skill. So when she gets to level let's see, level 90, then Bane turns into Baneful Calamity now, which does the following things. Does a nuke, okay, sure, whatever. Does poison, sure, that's her signature. It
Double
has
the poison damage, by the way.
it now tries to paralyze for 2 turns. And now she also has the Green Haze debuff from Robin Hood, which is also something that like Tabina has, where it counts number of debuffs, and it says you get extra supplemental damage based on this.
Up to 30k per hit.
So she herself isn't that good at benefiting from it. But hey, she doesn't have to. This is a really good kit. Double delay. She like the only reason to use her before was basically because she could get a lot of defense down on a single button.
Matsune was I was going to bring up the thing I was going to bring up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Is that she can actually be used in Luo correctly because she now has the remove buff from a foe.
Mm-hmm.
Luo has one of his triggers of inflict poison and try remove a debuff. Try remove a buff.
No one had those skills at the same time, did they?
No.
Yeah,
And
you always had to be 2 different things.
If you did, it was probably you were going to delay it anyways because, yeah.
Yeah, I've almost always just face tanked that Omen. This is just like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna bring a character who poisons and a character who dispels. That's not worth it.
Hey, look at this character now.
Hey, good job, Lady Grey.
So your love-hate relationship changes to boost to seed damage and cap based on debuffs.
And then the new support skill, Dark Barrier, is actually wild to me. Because we were already mentioning about how some people pack Holiday Saruel in the back line, specifically so they can have Veil on turn 1, or turn 0 even. Now you have that with Lady Grey.
Cool.
And she passively now, she always passively boosted debuff resistance, but having that Veil without pressing a button, sometimes very good. Like when you're an early player and Apollo comes out and just chucks the shorted at you on turn 0, if you have Lady Grey on the team, she ignores it. Parts of like the Tower of Babel, if you bring Lady Grey to that, it'll be, there have been times when you really, really don't want to get that turn 1 debuff. It changes the fight entirely when you don't get debuffed on turn 0 or turn 1. This happens. This lets you do that. So that's really good. I love it.
Yeah, I like this change.
Oh, that's right. They did change Christmas Rosetta so that she also could dispel and poison. I keep forgetting about that because Christmas Rosetta essentially is just Lily to me in my head. So thank you for Matsune for the correction in chat, for the update on that one. But anyway, so 90 minutes. I promised you 90 minutes, DJ. This is
That's
it.
true.
We're going to end. We're going to do a little timeline for what's coming up. So next week we're going to be talking about Relic Buster. Eustace is going to be up capped to 5 stars. By then, Isaac and Beatrix should be released. The Recycle This Forever button should be live. And then the bulk of our time will be spent on comfy stream stat slides and talking about those.
That's my favorite part.
2 weeks from now, so on the 22nd, we get the Luminaria Malice fight, the Ascendant Prayer version of the Dark Rapture. Theoretically, we get 5-star primals. We still need a lot more details about that.
Find out.
We'll find out. Players reacted very badly to Cygames talking about that on stream, so they might be quietly reworking it and changing their plans backstage right now. So yeah, those are the next 3 weeks. In 2 weeks, we do have a special episode planned as well because, like, okay, here's Lumi Malice, here's a fight, new fight, cool. Here are the weapons from it. Here's Ascendant Prayer, cool. These are the 5-star primals. The rest of it's going to be the draft. I'm looking forward to that one.
We're doing it 2 weeks from now. I'll let you know in a bit why.
There
When
might
we're
be
all
a
straight.
what?
There might be an issue
I see.
with it
Okay.
being on Thursday.
I see. Okay. We'll talk about that. All right. But thanks for joining us. Um, like I said, short 90-minute episode today, DJ. Thanks for joining me. Thanks.
That was shorter than I expected.
What was that?
That was shorter than I expected. So
Like I said, I tried to go fast. But yeah, there is a lot of new content, a lot of new stuff, a lot of just new things to play around with, and let's keep going. Next week, like I said, we got a lot more. We'll finally be able to talk about Home Sweet Moon as a completed story, as opposed to this like 4-part slowly unlocking Goliath. But yeah,
there.
all right. Thank you once again for everybody joining us. Follow us on Granblue_EN. I still have a lot of translating to do this weekend. I've got a whole lot more Famitsu. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining me. Hopefully for the draft, I'm going to also give away a couple codes, so look forward to that. All right. Anyway, thank you, and see you again.
Folks.
See ya.